This demonstration illustrates the real-time interoperability that is possible between the Milsoft Dispatch Outage Management System and the Yukon AMR system offered by Canon Technologies using multi-speak web services. The outage scenario demonstrates how a dispatcher would use an outage management system to perform outage analysis and restoration using the following real-time multi-speak interfaces from a single platform: AMR, interactive voice response, outage analysis, engineering analysis, and a geographic information system. With all the data from the multiple multi-speak interfaces provided, the dispatcher can dispatch a crew to the most likely cause of the outage. In this demonstration, the dispatcher is managing several outages using AMR and interactive voice response in order to determine the scope of an outage. The dispatcher notices and hears an alarm that a new outage has appeared. The dispatcher acknowledges the alarm. The outage tree view on the left shows an unassigned outage on a fuse with 74 customers reported out. The dispatcher zooms into the suspected outage on the map and turns off the street and map layers for a clearer picture of the outage in progress. The outage is initiated by several interactive voice response calls from the Porsche IVR system. The call icons in blue represent calls received from the IVR system. The dispatcher then turns on the color by outage legend. The circuit elements downline from the fuse are colored in yellow to reflect the predicted outage open area. Dispatch can also predict possible line breaks represented by the lime green line section. The dispatcher takes an outage call manually, represented by the red phone icon on the map, and uses the AMR system to inform the caller if his meter has power. By querying the meters downline from the device, the dispatcher informs the caller that the outage appears to affect the whole neighborhood. All this occurs while the dispatcher is on the line with the caller. The dispatcher zooms into the area of the suspected transformer outage and then selects Display All AMR Meters from the AMR menu in order to identify the Canon AMR meters represented in blue. By selecting the Trace Circuit color mode, the dispatcher can select the upline fuse that is supplying power to the consumer, and then a piece of three-phase line upline from that fuse. The dispatcher notices two other meters upline from the fuse on the same B phase as the customer that is reporting the outage. The dispatcher then selects the fuse and selects to ping meters downline from the speed menu. The yellow AMR icons appear at each meter location, indicating the unknown state of the meter. When the AMR system returns information on the meter state, its color will change. If the meter has power, it will return to the normal blue state. If it is out of power, the icon will turn to red. The dispatcher can view the responses from the AMR meters in real time, either graphically or from the outage manager. The AMR Ping tab displays all the meters that are being queried. As the AMR meters report their status, the records change color to represent the status of the AMR meter. A report of all meters being queried can be printed or displayed by pressing the Preview button. The dispatcher notices that the transformer outage is redefined into a larger fuse outage. As the rest of the AMR meters report that they are out of power, the AMR icons change to reflect the outage. He notifies the caller that their neighborhood is out of power and that a crew will be dispatched to correct the problem. The dispatcher then selects to ping the two B-phase consumers upline from the predicted fuse in order to determine the scope of the outage. If the meters report that they have power, then the dispatcher can be confident that the predicted B-phase fuse is open. The dispatcher then selects the three-phase overhead line section upline from the device and selects the Locate option from the speed menu. The Customer and Element Locate dialog displays just customers downline from the selected line section. The records change color based on the status reported from the AMR system. The dispatcher notices that the two upline AMR meters have reported that they have power. This is confirmed by the two AMR icons changing back to the normal on state and by the AMR records in the Outage Manager. The dispatcher then dispatches a crew to the reported fuse outage. Moments later, the crew calls to report that the fuse is verified open, so the dispatcher changes the status of the outage from predicted to verified. The crew later calls in to report that the fuse has been repaired, so the dispatcher records the power restoration by pressing the Restore Outage button on the Outage Manager. The outage tag turns green, indicating power restoration. The dispatcher then confirms power restoration by selecting Ping meters downline from the restored fuse. This is done before the crew leaves the area of the outage in order to ensure that power is restored to every meter. The dispatcher can view the status of the meters on the display or from the Customer and Circuit Element Locate dialog. By using this dialog, the dispatcher can display just the AMR meters downline from any specific circuit element and phase. By using real-time multi-speak web services interfaces, a dispatcher can determine the scope of an outage even before dispatching a crew to the outage location. This will reduce the response time, thus restoring power to the customers as quickly as possible. The dispatcher can also check power restorations to eliminate inefficient and costly return trips to pick up single customer outages.